future, Narada's mother got bitten by a snake and passed away. Had been a sad time for Narada Muni.
No, one important point. Before his mother was bitten by a snake, something happened. He did a lot of service.
Yeah, to the god and the sages.
Yes. All the sages came to live in their house during the rainy season, and his mother cooked for the sages, and this little boy Narada Muni was taking care of them and eating the remnants of what they ate, so which is prasadam, and see that he's eating the remnants after they all had food. And by doing that, he became a great devotee. And his mom passed away, he took that as an opportunity to travel the world. And then he was always praying to the Lord, and he was meditating. And then what happened?
Then he heard Krishna, and he saw Krishna when he was meditating.
Yes.
And then he suddenly opened his eyes. He liked the feelings. So he closed his sights to see Krishna again. But instead, he heard a voice this time saying, "I won't show myself again. I only show myself to the people who deserve it. If you want to see me again, come back to me." So
Yes. So Narada Muni, after he left his body, he got a spiritual body and
then went to godhood.
Yes, very good. So then we started the story of who is Sukadev Goswami. So Sukadev Goswami is the son of Vyasadeva, and Sukadev Goswami heard about Srimad Bhagavatam from Vyasadev's writings and was taught by his father. And then the story goes to explain who is Parikshit Maharaj. And
I remember this one.
Yes. So what did Ashwadhama do?
He accidentally killed the 5 sons of
of Draupadi.
Draupadi. Like, for example, the son of Arjuna and so. And then he thought there were his enemies that he fought in battle with.
Yeah.
Because his friend was about to die, and then the enemies won. So if they could kill the enemies, they would win, and then his friend would die happily. So he tried to kill them, and then brought the heads to his friend. His friend recognized they were not the enemies they were fighting, and then he was like shouting him. He was like, "Oh no, what did you do? What did you do?" And then died in an anger expression.
Yeah. So Duryodhana was the friend who was the other opposition against the Pandavas, the good guys. Duryodhana, even though he was a bad guy, he didn't like the 5 Pandava, the sons of the Pandavas being killed. And though Ashwadhama thought that will make him happy, it actually made him sad. And because Duryodhana, even though he wanted to kill the Pandavas, he always wanted his dynasty to rule. So if all the sons were also killed, then nobody will continue the lineage. So he was sad about that, and he died.
And then about Anjana, when she saw the people with their heads off, she became really angry, and then said, "Oh no, there are the son's heads." And then they found out it was
Ashwadhama.
Ashwadhama, and then they started a fight.
Yes.
Anjana knew they took out a weapon called
Yeah, first Ashwatthama took out this Brahmastra, which is a
Yeah, and
very,
then
very
Anjana also
powerful.
had it, just she also took it out.
Mhm,
Anjana had to use it and take it back, but Ashwatthama only know how to throw it, use it.
mhm. Yes.
So these two powerful forces will hit together and make like a
Mhm,
loud explosion that would hurt the world. So
mhm,
that's why Anjana took hers back. But
mhm,
since Abhimanyu did not know how to do it,
mhm.
it kept going on, and then he it almost went to the newborn baby who's supposed to be the new ruler.
Yes, yes. So he
And
sent it to Uttara's womb that had a baby Parikshit. So this is explaining about Parikshit Maharaj, introducing Parikshit, who's listening to Sukadeva Goswami on Bhagavatam, right? So this is explaining how Parikshit Maharaj was actually, before his birth, attacked by the great Brahmastra, and Krishna protected him.
yeah,
Actually,
even though he's
nothing
so
can protect
strong,
against the
yeah,
Brahmastra. But
since he is the supreme god, he managed to do it.
Mhm.
And
And the
then
baby was born.
after the baby was born, and then after, um, then
Right. So actually, then this part of the story is Ashwatthama was captured, and
yeah, and
yeah,
Krishna, and then some people said to kill him, some people said to spare him.
yeah.
Not knowing what to do, they
Mm-hmm.
killed off. They took off his hair,
Mm-hmm.
because his hair was his greatest pride. That means
Mm-hmm.
he would still live, but his pride would be taken away. So it would make
Mm.
both of them happy.
Yes, yes. Very good. Nice remembering. Ayana, did you want to add any points? No. Okay. So that brings us to the topic for today, and it is prayers of Mother Kunti. So after all this happened, Krishna was ready to go back to his country of Dwaraka. So he stayed with the Pandavas while they had all these problems during the war. Krishna just took a humble position of the driver of Arjuna chariot, and he was with the Pandavas all the time, protecting his devotees. And then it was time for Krishna to leave, and everybody was very sad. And that's when Kunti Maharani came and said these prayers. So we're going to go through each of these prayers, um, and we'll just cover the prayers of Kunti, which are just few verses, like verse 18 to verse 43. So just about 20 verses Kunti Maharani says to Krishna. So the verse 18 is Kunti Maharani says, "Oh Krishna, you are the supreme personality of Godhead, and Krishna is unaffected by any of the qualities like goodness, passion, ignorance of the material world. Oh Krishna, you are not affected by any of these. Like if we indulge in certain activities, we'll get the reaction of that. But Krishna is above all that. So whatever he does is perfect and absolute. Um, so, and Krishna exists within the world and also without. He is outside the external energy of the Lord, like the material world. He comes in, he appears, and he leaves. And also within each atom in this universe, Krishna expands as Ksirodakashai Vishnu, and he's the one making all of this work in this world. So Kunti Maharani is praising the Lord and telling him about the Lord. Then she says, Krishna is beyond sense perception. That means uh, Krishna, like if all of us do all the things that we like to make our senses happy, like we want the best of smells, we want to touch really soft things, or we want to taste the best food, or we want to marry the most handsome husband, or we want to marry the most handsome, beautiful wife. So all these are material wants, right? So by doing just that, we cannot get Krishna, because Krishna is beyond all these objects of the senses that we try to get, like good food or good smells or good touch, and good music. So none of these are ultimately going to help us reach Krishna, is what Kunti Maharani is saying. And she says that the foolish people, they just do these activities for their senses, for their tongue, their nose, their ears, their eyes. They just want to satisfy their senses, and they are foolish. They don't know Krishna, or think of Krishna just like a historical person who had come. He just and they just see as if, like, they think, if you see a movie, right, you think that the hero is real. So people with less intelligence think, oh, that's real, that the hero, he's doing all these great things, or he's not doing these things, and they think that what they're seeing on the screen is real. But actually, the person who's playing the character is real, right? So just like that, Mother Kunti is comparing Krishna, as for some people, the foolish people think that he is just an ordinary person, not the Supreme Lord. And then she says that Krishna comes to the world to teach us about how to love him, and to teach us about the science of devotional service. And because he came, we all understand how to pray to him, how to talk about him, how to tell his stories. So it is to help all of us to get out of this material world. So obeisances, she says, obeisances to the son of Vasudeva. Krishna is the pleasure of Devaki. He is the boy of Nanda, and the cowherd men of Vrindavan, and he is Govinda, the protector or enlivener of the cows and senses. So Govinda, the word Govinda, the name Govinda has two meanings: the protector of cows and the master of the senses. So if we make Krishna the master of our senses, we can use our eyes to see Krishna, our ears to hear about Krishna, our tongue to taste the prasadam offered to Krishna. So we can do all these things if we make Krishna our goal. But if we make just seeing the best things, smelling the best smells, tasting the best food, that's the only goal we have, we cannot get Krishna. So we should use our senses to satisfy the Lord. So and Krishna is the Lord of the senses. So that's the meaning of the word Govinda. So Kunti Maharani is saying these nice prayers for Lord Krishna. And then she compares Krishna to a lotus. She says, oh Krishna, your abdominal depression, or the little navel, that's our belly button. It's like a lotus, and actually a lotus stem comes off, and then there's a lotus, and then Lord Brahma is born from that, right? So she's comparing Krishna's abdominal depression as a lotus flower. And then she also says, oh Krishna, you have nice lotuses on your, as a garland on you. And then she compares Krishna's look. When Krishna looks at you, is as cool as a lotus. So just imagine you are at a nice pond full of lotuses, and a sweet breeze is blowing on your face. So that's how cool it is to have Krishna look at you, is what Mother Kunti is saying. And Krishna's feet have engravings of a lotus. So there's a marking of a lotus on his feet. So Kunti Maharani is describing that. And then Kunti Maharani is saying Krishna had done a lot of stuff before he is leaving, he actually liberated Devaki and Vasudev. They were trapped in the prison by Kamsa, right? When Krishna was a little kid, he came when he was 10 years old, 10, 11 years old, he came and killed Kamsa and liberated his biological parents who was in the prison, right? So Kunti Maharani is remembering that and praying to him, "Oh Krishna, you did such a great thing to save your parents from prison. And then actually, now let me tell you how you saved me." So who remembers how Krishna saved Bhima from getting poisoned? So Krishna was not present physically there at that time, but he arranged all this. So Kunti Maharani is, because Krishna is present in everybody's heart, and Kunti Maharani knows all the saving Krishna did was to save these devotees, Kunti and the 5 Pandavas. So there's a story when the Pandavas were little, Duryodhana was the other side, right? He was their cousin, and Duryodhana didn't like the Pandavas, especially Bhima, because Bhima was very powerful, and he was a mace or the Gatha fighter, like Duryodhana, but he was even better than Duryodhana and stronger. So Duryodhana was very envious, and he wanted to kill this Bhima. So do you know what he did? Anybody? So what did Duryodhana do? He took a piece of Bhima likes to eat a lot, so he made nice cakes and laddus and nice preparations, but he put poison in it, and he invited Bhima to come over to his new house by a big deep lake. And what did he do? He gave all this poisonous food to Bhima, and Bhima ate it, and he got poisoned and he fell unconscious. And Duryodhana and Shakuni threw Bhima into the water. And this Bhima is the son of Kunti, so Kunti Maharani is remembering all this while she is praying to Krishna. She's saying, "Oh Krishna, you arranged. There were snakes in the lake, and the snakes came and bit Bhima. And what happened was the poison from the snakes nullified the poison that Duryodhana put in the food that Bhima ate. So then actually what happened was then Bhima goes to the depth of the water, and then there's Vasuki who actually gives him nectar, and he becomes even more powerful than 10,000 elephants by drinking that nectar. So actually what Duryodhana did, the inverse happened, right? So all that was arranged by Krishna. So Kunti Maharani is remembering that. So she talks about that, about the poisonous cake given by Duryodhana, and then she's remembering that they were put into a fire by Duryodhana and Shakuni. Anybody knows that story? So, these Pandavas were turning out to be very, very saintly, and they were really well behaved and good kids. And Pandava and the Kauravas were turning out to be very envious, jealous, angry, proud, very mean to others. So everybody knew the Pandavas were better to become kings, the next king of Hastinapur. So this Duryodhana, initially he tried to kill Bhima, it didn't work. Then he thought, oh, let me just kill all of them. So he came up with a plan with his uncle Shakuni. So he said, oh, why don't you all go on a vacation? That we have built a new palace in Varnavad. Why don't you go there? So all these Pandavas, they were sent there, but actually the palace they had made was with candle wax. So what they wanted to do was to burn all of the Pandavas alive while they were in their vacation. So before the fire was lit by the goons of Duryodhana, Vidura, Krishna arranged Vidura to come and give the message to Yudhishthira that this is going to happen. You guys should escape from here. So they actually build a tunnel in that house, and when the house was set on fire, the vacation home was set on fire, they just escaped through that tunnel. So Kunti Maharani is remembering all that wonderful ways Krishna protected them. So then there was an instance after this fire, they were all escaping from there. So actually Bhima and Yudhishthira, Arjuna, Nakula and Sagadeva, they were all going with their mother Kunti. They escaped through the tunnel and they were walking through the forest, and there were cannibals in the forest, the Rakshasas, and Krishna arranged that they were protected from those bad man-eating Rakshasas. And how did he do that? There was a demon called Hidimba. He was going to eat these nice Pandavas and Kunti Maharani. But Krishna, he had arranged for Bhima to get so powerful. So he was able to, Bhima was able to fight this Hidimba and protect everyone. So Kunti Maharani is remembering all this and praying to Krishna. Oh, Krishna, this is the mood of a devotee, always thinking about how to thank the Lord. So all of us should also have gratitude and thank Krishna for having good parents, having all these facilities we can use, right? So we should thank the Lord. So we can learn from Kunti Maharani how she's so thankful for all the things Krishna has done for her. Yep. So we discussed about the fire, we discussed about the cannibal, and then there was a vicious assembly that Krishna protected them from. Anybody knows what happened in the assembly of the Kauravas? How Krishna protected the Pandavas there? When Yudhishthira came to play dice with Duryodhana. Anybody knows that story? So anybody knows how Draupadi? Okay, Radha Chaitraji is raising her hand. Radha Chaitraji, please, can you enlighten us how Krishna protected? You're on mute, Radha Chaitraji. Yes. We can't hear you though. Okay. I think your hand is still raised.
Can you hear me now, Prabhuji?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Krishna sent a long piece of sari to make sure that nobody saw Draupadi whenever they were pulling her sari away.
Yes. So in the assembly of very wicked men who defeated Yudhishthira in the dice game, and they became their servants, so they were trying to humiliate poor mother Draupadi, the wife of the Pandavas, and by pulling her sari, and they wanted to make her naked, but Krishna provided infinite amount of sari, and they kept on pulling and pulling, and there's a big heap of sari coming at one end, but still there was enough cloth to cover Mother Draupadi. So in the assembly, Krishna protected all of them. So Kunti Maharani is remembering that wonderful time when Krishna protected them. So, right. And then the final thing was there was a battle, right? The battle of Kurukshetra. Also, Krishna protected the Pandavas. Though everyone died, the Pandavas did not, because Krishna protected them. He was the charioteer of Arjuna. Many times Karna had sent very, very powerful weapons that would have killed Arjuna, but Krishna stood up and took the arrow on himself, or made the chariot so heavy that it went down and did not hit Arjuna. It would hit his headgear or crown. So Kunti Maharani is remembering all that time, and now finally she's remembering how Krishna protected Parikshit and made sure the baby was born, and they had a descendant who can continue their dynasty. So Mother Kunti is praying to Krishna, remembering all these times that Krishna helped. But then Kunti Maharani says something that we don't hear in any prayers by any devotees. Can you guess what that is? Like nobody I know prays the way that Kunti Maharani did, or not even in the Bhagavatam or anywhere. No other devotee prays for this, but Kunti Maharani prayed. So, do you know what Kunti Maharani prayed for? So she was mentioning about all the bad times where Krishna came and helped them, right? So then she said, in verse 25, she says a very, very contradictory thing that nobody has ever prayed for. Okay, Ayana.
She wishes for more bad times so that Krishna can keep on saving them, and they can be with him for a long time.
Yeah. So Kunti Maharani is the only devotee I've heard who's praying for bad times, because whenever they had a bad time, Krishna comes to protect them. But now Krishna is leaving because now bad times are over. So she's praying, give me more and more bad times so that you will always be in front of me and I can see you. So this is a great prayer by a devotee. So all these material sadness that we all pray, oh God, please make sure nothing bad happens to me. This devotee is praying, give me more and more bad things so that I can always think about you and pray to you. And then when I see you, I will not go through this again, the cycle of birth and death. So that is one distinguishing thing in this prayer of Mother Kunti. She's asking for more and more calamities. Then she says, Krishna can be approached only by those who have no material wishes. So there are people who, not any of you, because you are all wanting to learn about Krishna, but there are people who live without knowing about Krishna or God. They don't care about God. They are atheists. They think that there's no God. They cannot approach Krishna. Krishna won't reveal himself to them. Now, Krishna has given you this opportunity to learn about him because you are all such wonderful devotees. So Krishna cannot be approached by those who are only wanting material fame, wealth. They want great opulences. They want they want a lot of gold and money. They don't care about anything else. They just want some just want to get many degrees, and they don't care about God. So all these people cannot approach God. Who are only focused on money, who are only focused on education, who is only focused on bodily beauty, who wants to put nice makeup so that they can look really nice, and they only focused on themselves, they cannot approach God. So the Mother Kunti is revealing that in her prayers. And then she says, and Krishna is the friend of those who are materially impoverished, meaning who don't have much money, but they are always praying to the Lord. Krishna is their property. So Krishna himself, he doesn't. We already mentioned about this. He's not affected by action and reaction, but all of us are. If we do bad things will come to us. If we do good things will come to us. But Krishna is not. Krishna doesn't have action and reaction because he's in the above all that. And Krishna is eternal time. Kunti says, "Oh, Krishna, you are time." Because, for people who don't believe in God, Krishna comes as death to them. Because everybody has to die, and so Krishna manifests his energy as time, where he comes and the body gets so old and it dies, right? So even though people don't believe in Krishna, they still have to accept that rule when Krishna comes as time and finishes them off. And then Kunti Maharani goes on to say that, oh, nobody can understand your pastimes. How were you crying in front of Mother Yashoda when you were tied? You are fear personified, or fear personified fears you, Krishna. But then how were you fearful of Mother Yashoda? Mother Kunti is saying she doesn't understand that. So again, she's in a very humble position. She's just saying that it is very strange. You are the greatest, and you were crying in front of Mother Yashoda, fearing Mother Yashoda's anger and stick. We learned about that in Damodar Leela, right? How his mascara was going down when his tears were flowing, and he was trembling with fear. Yes, Ayana?
He fears her because he's her son and he wants her to have the best, and it's kind of like that love feeling.
Yeah. So Krishna makes himself forget that he is the Supreme Lord. He just acts as a little boy to his devotee mother, Yashoda, because his mother's love is that of a mother, and he wants his mother to feel like a regular child is afraid of the mother. He doesn't want to act like the Supreme Lord, and so he makes himself forget, and he's acting as a little sweet little boy who's doing mischief in front of his mother. And Kunti Maharani is just, comparing these two things, and he's saying, oh, I don't understand all your pastime. And nobody can fully understand Krishna because he's the Supreme Lord. Our brain is limited, and Krishna has supreme intelligence. So she says, she compares Krishna's birth as like a sandalwood tree in a hill of regular wood trees. Sandalwood, is very pricey and very fragrant wood, right? That's the same wood that's used for sandalwood paste you put on the body, and you mash up the tree's wood and you put it on your body. There'll be so much good fragrance on your body. But none other trees have that feature. So she's comparing Krishna to sandalwood in a regular forest when Krishna appears in the material world to do his pastimes. Then she goes on to say that you were born as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva because they prayed for Krishna. We discussed that when Krishna's birth, right? So these two souls, Vasudeva and Devaki, in three different times, they became the parents of Krishna, Prishni and Sutapa, and then Aditi and Kashyapa, and then Devaki and Vasudeva. So so you came because your parents prayed that they get you as the son. So then she also said, also Brahma prayed so that you can save the world from all the problems. So she's remembering all that. So different reasons why Krishna came. And then she also says, oh, you also came to protect your devotees so that they can take shelter of your lotus feet, and they don't have to go through the cycle of life and death, and go through all the sufferings of this world. And so she keeps saying, we are dependent on you. Don't leave us today. Don't go, Krishna. Please don't go. But I know you have to go today. So, and she says, all our fame and activities will all end when you leave because we are so dependent on you. And she also says, now that your footprints are in our kingdom, it's a blessed and beautiful kingdom that we are in right now. And she says, all the cities are flourishing with nice grains and herbs in abundance, trees full of fruit, and rivers are flowing, hills full of minerals, and the ocean is full of wealth, all because of Krishna. And so she's making such nice prayers to Krishna. And she compares, then she says another prayer that she says she wants to be attracted to Krishna and only think of Krishna just like the Ganges flowing to the ocean, to the sea. Why does she say that? So Ganges is a river, right?
Because the rivers always flow to the ocean, which is big, and she's saying that she's a tiny part of Krishna's huge body.
Yeah, so she wants to always remember and be attracted to Krishna, just like the river Ganges. Like Sonakshi ji said, it always flows to the ocean, the Bay of Bengal. If you take the map, you see river Ganges starts in the Himalayas and flows to the ocean, and nothing can stop the river, right? If there are rocks on the way, it'll take a path around the rock and go flow. It's not going to stop. So just like that, Mother Kunti is saying she wants to have her love for Krishna like the river that is not stopped by anything. Yes, very good. So then the last word she says in her prayer is, so Krishna is a destroyer of all these different politics between people. He makes sure that everybody are equal and everybody knows they are the same team. And if there are bad people, he removes them from the world. Yeah, and his power never reduces. He is the owner of everything. He relieves distress from the cows, brahmanas, and devotees. And what did Krishna do in return for all these prayers? Who can guess? Yes.
Did he stay for a little bit longer?
No. Yeah, he little bit longer, but what happened when Mother Kunti gave such nice prayers to Krishna, this 20 verses? Immediately what happened?
Oh, did he get liberated?
No, not at that moment.
Will she get an eternal life in the future?
Yeah, that's all there. That's all guaranteed. But the answer is in the picture itself.
She gave
What is
She gave
Krishna?
Mm-mm.
Wait, what's in Krishna's hand? Is he giving it to her?
Yeah, that's what it looks like, but that's not the answer.
She is giving it to him?
So if somebody, like if you have your dad or mom next to you, and what would you like them to do? Would you like them to be happy or mad at you?
Happy.
Happy. When they're happy, what do you see in their face?
Love.
A
Yeah,
smile.
yes. So Krishna gave a smile. That was the sum total of all his energy, his internal loving energy. And that was enough for Mother Kunti. Seeing that beautiful smile, she was overwhelmed with love for Krishna. So, yes. So that's the end of the prayer. At the end of the prayer, she got this wonderful smile from Krishna that she cherished for the rest of her um, life on earth, because that was the greatest mercy by Krishna. Okay, and then next class we'll discuss how Yudhishthira was also saying, "Oh, I don't want you to leave, Krishna. I don't know what to do. I'm feeling so depressed that I was in a war. So many people died, and how can I rule this kingdom over the blood and bloodshed and all the death that it caused?" And then we'll discuss how Krishna takes Yudhishthira to Bhishma Dev, who is about to leave his body. He's lying on a bed of arrows, and he has nice prayers. So we'll discuss that next class. So are you all ready for the Kahoot? Oh my goodness, time just flew. Do we have time for Kahoot? Um, is everybody okay to play for 5 minutes?
Yep.
Okay. So let's go ahead and start the Kahoot. Did you take my phone? Oh, good. Hit the phone.
It's fine. I'll just watch.
Oh, I'm not sharing. Sorry. Okay. The pin is 6860540. Okay, only two devotees have joined, Ayana and Radha Chaitra ji. Sonakshi ji, are you joining? Okay. Okay, can we start?
Yes, Prabhuji.
All right. Okay. How did Queen Kunti address Krishna? Supreme Personality of Godhead, unaffected by material qualities, existing within and without, but invisible to all of the above. Yeah, all of the above is the right answer. Good job. True or false? Kunti compares Krishna like an actor behind the character. True or false? True. Very good. 3. Kunti was the sister of Kamsa, Vasudeva, Shakuni, Shalya. Yes, Vasudeva. So Vasudeva is the father of Krishna, right? Vasudeva and Devaki are the parents. So Vasudeva was the brother of Kunti. So that's why the Pandavas are Krishna's cousins. Okay, true or false? Shaguni was the brother of Kunti. False. Very good. Shakuni is the brother of Gandhari, who is the mother of all the Kauravas, Duryodhana, Dushasana. Okay, so Ayana, first place, then Radha Chaitraji, then Snow, and then DNDSKCC. There are 4 sons. There are 4 sons of Kunti. So how many sons did Kunti have? 4. So why is everybody not answering? Yeah. So the answer is, oh my God.
It's
It's a
wrong.
wrong answer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. So this is actually 5 sons of Kunti. This I downloaded this question and it had the wrong answer. Okay. Okay, but we are all here to learn. So Kunti Devi prays that they may have calamities and again because they could see Krishna again and again. They could no longer see repeated births and deaths, all of the above. Yes, all of the above. Very good. So she's asking for more and more bad times or situations because Krishna will come to protect them. They can go back home. Okay, true or false? Krishna comes to the earth to propagate the science of devotional service. True or false? We heard many reasons that Krishna comes, and one of it is to tell us how to love him and serve him. Very good. What is Krishna's name that means personality of Godhead who enlivens the cows and the senses? Madhusudana, Keshava, Govinda, Shyam Sundara. Yes, Govinda is the right answer. Go means cow. Go also means the senses, the 5 sense organs. So Krishna is a protector of the senses and the cows. So Govinda. Madhusudana means the killer of Madhu demon. Keshava means who has nice hair, or the killer of the Keshi demon. Shyam Sundara means the dark-skinned, beautiful boy, Shyam Sundara. So these are all names of Krishna, but the correct answer is Govinda. Okay, next question. How does Kunti Devi connect a lotus to Krishna? Abdominal depression, or belly button, or wearing garland, glances as cool and feet engraved, or all of the above? Yeah, all of the above is the right answer. You see, Krishna is wearing a garland of lotus flowers. He has a navel or a belly button like a lotus flower, a lotus petal, and then lotus is always compared to Krishna. Okay, Snow is in first place now. How did Krishna protect Bhima from the poisonous cake? Arranged for snakes to neutralize the poison, got medicines for Bhima, swallowed the poison from the cake before Bhima ate, All of the above. So very good. You weren't tricked by my all of the above this time. Nice. All of you got it right. Very good. Okay, how did Krishna protect the Pandavas and Kunti Devi from a fire? Arrange fire extinguisher in the palace. Vidura came to give the message so that they could dig a tunnel. Very good. All of you got that right. Rain fell to douse the fire. Nobody answered all of the above, which is the correct answer. Okay, 12th question. How did Krishna protect the Pandavas from cannibals? Hidimbi fell in love with Bhima. Hidimbi warned Bhima about Hidimba. Bhima was gifted with more power than Hidimba, all of the above. Yeah, actually, it's all of the above. Krishna arranged all of that to make sure that the Pandavas and Kunti Devi were protected from these Rakshasas. And Hidimbi went ahead and married Bhima, and they had a child called Gadotkaja, who played an important role in the war later, if you remember Mahabharata. Okay. Other Chaitraji is in first place, second place is Snow, third place Ayana, and fourth place is DNDJSKCC. Okay, what does Queen Kunti pray for so that she can see Krishna again and again? Temple, chanting, devotee association, bad and sorrowful situations. Great, all of you got that right. That is what makes Kunti Maharani unique. She doesn't care for sorrow. She just wants to see Krishna all the time. What does Kunti Devi say cannot approach? Who does Kunti Devi say cannot approach Krishna? Trying for respectful parentage, trying for more opulence, trying for higher education, bodily beauty, all of the above. Yeah, all of the above. So all these people who are only focused on, oh, in my next life, I want rich parents. Oh, I want a lot of riches. I want to fly a plane for going and eating my breakfast. I want a very, very big palace to live in, but I don't care about God. I want to get all the degrees in the world, but I don't care about God. I just want to be the most beautiful person in the world, but I don't care for Lord's beauty. So all of these people, they cannot approach Krishna. Very good. Okay, Snow is now in first place. Then comes Radha Chaitraji, then Ayana. Okay. 15th question. How does Kunti Devi say is the reason for disagreements in the world? Social interactions, devotion, love, anger. Yeah. So I probably missed saying this. So she mentions that the social interaction of atheistic people is what creates disagreements in the world. So even if there's no anger, there's jealousy. So the best thing to do in this world is to become devotees. So among devotees, you're always friends. But if you think, oh, I'm brown, he's white, or he is Chinese, now you're making groups and you're envious of each other. But if you all see each other as God's children, nobody will fight with each other. So Mother Kunti says the social interactions is what causes disagreements in this world. Okay, true or false? Kunti Devi says Krishna does not favor anyone and is impartial. So is she true or false? Yes. So Krishna is impartial, and Krishna loves everybody, each and every one of us, even though we are bad people or good people or devotees. Krishna equally favors everyone, but he reciprocates to each other in the language they understand. Okay, true or false? Kunti Devi says taking shelter of lotus feet of Krishna will liberate you from the cycle of birth and death. True or false? True. Everybody answered very quickly. Very good. Okay, second last question. What does Kunti Devi compare her prayer to attract Krishna constantly? Sunshine on earth providing energy, river Ganga flowing to sea, S-E-A, not S-E-E, without obstacles. So all of you got that right. Good. Last question for today. Sorry, we took 20 minutes more, unlike other days. What did Krishna do when he heard Queen Kunti's prayers? He laughed, he hugged, he smiled, he kissed. He smiled. Very good. Yes. His beautiful smile was enough for Kunti Maharani. Thank you. So let's see who's on the podium. Third place goes to Ayana. Second place goes to Radha Chaitra ji. And first place goes to Snow. Who is Snow? Is that Sonakshi ji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Oh, congratulations. So nice. Very good. So you are the first to join and you've been listening very carefully. So you are the first prize winner. But everybody are winners who played or listened. Thank you so much. I'll meet you all next week again. Vancha kalpata rupascha kripa sindhubhyo evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare
Bye.
Krishna, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.